My name is Dr. Shaji. I am born and brought up in Kerala.
So, how we will start the Nadi Pariksha?
For pulse diagnosis means you have to go by step, and we cannot teach pulse diagnosis into a mass because I have to show you how much pressure it is required, where to apply that, those things. Traditionally there are 5 types of nadis, but in book everywhere they will be explaining you only Vadam, Pitta, Kapha. There are 2 styles. One is Vata, Pitta thing, another is organ pulse. Human body is made with a form and formless, and there are 3 nodes called Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. Brahma Grandhi, Vishnu Grandhi and Rudra Grandhi. Pulse also, whatever you are feeling the pulse, there is only the moon's energy. Because moon is supposed to be Manokaragan, Jnanakaragan and Aushadakaragan. Manokaraka means king of mind. Mind is what? Nervous system. Aushadakaraka, king of medicine. And Jnanakaraka, king of intellect. Intellect is also your nervous system. Whereas sun is the Vaidyakaraka, diagonizing factor. Your right nostril breath is the sun and your left nostril breath is the moon. Dhananjaya is the fuel for the rise of Kundalini. Your life starts here. Your life ends here also. How come he entered into that body? Because that body is fresh. Fresh means Dhananjayan is there. All the Upa Pranas, Oman, Kurman, Krihan, Devadatan, Dhananjayan is still there. When you die, which is the first thing that escape from your body? What is karma then? Karma is only a vibration. 5 types of vibrations. Ukshepana, Vakshepana, Agunjana, Prasarana, Gamanani, which leads into 3 types of karma. Prarabdham, Sanjidam, Arjidam. Where Amrutagala stays. 7th place is Jivagala. Understand? Beyond this, you should ask to your master. I am not your master. I cannot explain because this is a deadly knowledge. Because that's a secret of all marma. That is why I told him about that Tamil saying, Amrudotam Terinjavan Siddhar. Because a Siddhar will knock off like this, his prana, and he can enter into your system. There is a quotation called Bisatantu Taniyasi. Everything is connected through a string of lotus. What is that string? It is a Sushumna, central channel. Inside the Sushumna there is another nadi called Chitranadi and Vajranadi. Through that only it is rising up, piercing each chakras and each granthis. Next, the practical demonstration of pulse. You are getting it here. Yes, that's what I told you. Yes. See, this is an imbalanced stage. Correct, you are right. That much pressure only. But I have treated this case. Okay, I have treated this case. But this is one of the symptoms of death. You should be very, very careful in treating this. Once kapha is there, you have to check the organ pulse. Which organ is getting affected? There again you have to go for the vata pitta kapha. Again in that, if the kapha is there, you should reject it immediately because danger. In that specific organ, if the kapha is dominated, it can be cancer, it can be some this thing. Okay, and there is another pulse. We will read that in the advanced class. How the imbalance of Ida Pingala. Okay, the imbalance of that also can lead this. I developed my own style. In organ, we will be checking again Vata Pitta Kapha. That is my specialty. Okay, that specialty only I told. If there is kapha in that organ and only kapha shows in Vata Pitta, you should be very, very careful. You should reject that patient immediately. It is one of the symptoms of death. When you are just checking a pulse, okay, frankly speaking, your mind should be with absolute. That means your mind should be in the 0 level. That means you are doing a meditation when you are checking the pulse. That time, whatever the impressions comes to your mind, that will be the right impression. The moment you are just you have to forcibly see the pulse. Future diseases we can predict only through organ pulse.
Okay.
Not in this. In organ means which organ the prana is not going, that is going to get problem. If this organ the prana is high, yes, this is excellent. If kapha is there in the heart, that means there is sorrow in his heart. If vata is there, there is enlarged heart, cardiomegaly. If pitta is there means not much thing, but exercise is less. He has to start the exercise. That extreme tiredness is because Sushumna is obstructed, central channel is obstructed. All investigations will be normal. This pulse you can feel in lumbago, cholesterol, spleen. Yes. Once when you check spleen, if there is phlegm, cholesterol. Cancer I told you before. in organ, if there is kapha is there, it shows growth. Pitta is there, it shows inflammation. Vata is there, it shows expansion. If you keep the finger like this much pressure you are getting, it is this. After detecting the disease, diagnosis you have to go for the first 4 slides, because your duty is not to treat the disease. Your duty is to equalize the doshas. Whatever the disease may be, don't think about disease. Equalize the vata pitta kapha. So that by equalizing, that means you are equalizing this breath. Understand? Then the disease will get subsided.
Thank you.
Your advice to us as your
Be a better physician than me. That's all. Very simple. And be sincere to the profession. Don't cheat your patients.